if she encouraged something that the Privy Council is saying was wrong to have happened, it seemed to me disingenuous that she could ever want to come and say something that I was actively a participant in, that is to abrogate and derogate the rights of the appellant. I don't think that she should in good conscience come to the court to say retrial.
Now, people, the voice note that you heard is of one of the prominent lawyer for Sean Campbell. His name is Bert Samuels. He said that he thinks that it would be unreasonable, unjust, and unfair for your DPP, Paula Llewellyn, and the DPP's office to actually go to the Court of Appeal and ask for a retrial for the co-defendants of Vybz Kartel and Sean Storm. Now, this was said just after hours after the judgment was handed down by Mr. David Lloyd Jones of the Privy Council in UK. This is exactly what Mr. Jones had to say. I am going to let you take a listen, then I am going to speak about the situation as to what Mr. Bert Samuels is saying, what Mr. Jones said, and the situation as it pertains to the DPP, Paula Llewellyn, actually asking for some sort of retrial at the Courts of Appeal in Jamaica. Take a listen, take a look, then I'll give my piece.
The Judicial Committee of the Privy Council has unanimously concluded that the appeals should be allowed and the appellant's convictions should be quashed on the ground of juror misconduct, and that the case should be remitted to the Court of Appeal of Jamaica to decide whether to order a retrial of the appellants for the murder of Clive Williams.
So people, you heard what Justice Jones had to say from the Privy Council. We're going to call him Agent Jones, because an agent seems to be somebody that has an opinion based on factual protocols and procedures. Somebody that actually have common sense and could foresee exactly what was going to take place and could see that whatever was going on in the courts, the trial and also the appeal was wrong, fundamentally wrong, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, people, you heard what Mr. Jones said. He said it was misconduct, jury misconduct, error by the judge in allowing a tainted juror to go on in a case in which there was supposed to be 11 or 12 jury that is not tainted. One was definitely tainted. Everybody knew, but the DPP allowed it. She wanted the case to go on. We will speak about the DPP further on in the news. Let's get back to what Mr. Bert Samuels said. He said that he does not think that Paula Llewellyn should actually go to the Court of Appeal and ask for some sort of retrial. Now, people, I don't know if he's using Sykes or he feels that way legitimately. But here's the thing. The facts are that, yes, it was Paula Llewellyn that made the big error. Paula Llewellyn was the captain of that ship. She might have not tried the case directly, but she was in charge. She was the head honcho. So therefore, whatever decisions were made was based on her giving her instructions to people that works under her. So therefore, the final decision would have come from her. Did she consult with the defense lawyer, consult with the judge, and everybody was in one accord to let the trial proceed? Maybe she did. More than likely she did, because it would not have gone on if the defense objected. But she's the one that should have known that she was going to be the one to suffer. She had everything to lose and nothing to gain, even though she got a conviction initially. However, she would learn that would be penny wise and pound foolish. So I say this to say that, did she realize that she had a momentum in the case during the trial? Did she think to herself, we have invested so much time, so much effort, so much manpower? She would have probably asked herself, given the fact that witnesses in Jamaica, they are very scared. They don't want to put their life in jeopardy. So therefore, whenever you have them it is best to use them right on spot. Because if there's some sorts of delay, there will be no definitive time as to when this case is going to start again. What if the witness gets missing, meaning missing literally, Killed? And this is based on the fact that she has Vybz Kartel and his co-defendants, based on what the court documents said, as some sorts of monstrous, wicked character. So therefore, she probably said to herself, I don't want to take any sorts of chances, so therefore, I am going to roll the dice. I am going to gamble. However, people, she draw double blank, 00. It was a fatal error, literally, for the DPP's office and their case being one of the biggest case, if not the biggest case, in the history of Jamaica. So just based on the instruction or opinion of Mr. Lloyd Jones, Mr. Samuels is saying, well, the DPP was at the head of the trial, the head of the appeal, and then she went to the Privy Council, and the Privy Council gave their judgments, saying that she had bad judgment. She made an error that is very bad. She was the captain of the ship. She was the one that encouraged the judge to continue with the case, even though she might have consulted with the defense lawyer and all involved. And they gave her the go-ahead. She should have known that the ultimate decision would come down to her. If something went wrong, and people, that is exactly what transpired. So therefore, Mr. Samuels is saying that Paula Llewellyn, in her good conscience, should not be the one to encourage the Court of Appeal for any sort of retrial based on the error that she made. So when we listen to what the Privy Council said, Mr. Jones, when we listen to Bert Samuels, what he had to say, his views on some sorts of retrial, we have to understand that his motive is for his client to walk, get a full freedom. When we think about the MO of Paula Llewellyn and the DPP's office, an office that is deeply wounded and crushed by that decision less than 24 hours ago, they are going to want some sorts of damage control. They are going to want some sorts of vindication. They are going to want some sorts of reprisal. Because if there is one thing that we know of all the people that hate Vybz Kartel or wants to see him go down, whether it is justified or not, she is probably up there with the worstest of the worst of them. So at the start, she made a decision during the trial. They went to the appeals court, and the appeals court said that they did not see anything wrong. So therefore, it was not quashed on that occasion. However, when it went to the Privy Council, the Privy Council said that it was blatant. As a matter of fact, other points of contention, the man at the Privy Council told everybody clearly on TV that, listen, based on the blatant jury misconduct and instruction by the judge, we did not even visit as it pertains to the phone and other points of contention, maybe 2 or 3 of them, because the jury misconduct and the instruction was so blatant. We did not need to move past that. So therefore, Paula Llewellyn, in her judgment in the initial case, wanted to save time, save money, save face, and get some sorts of conviction because she felt as if they had the momentum. However, the money that she did not want to lose, or the time and the manpower that she did not want to expand or exhaust, she will now have to go and do the same thing over and over. So therefore, we would call this a penny-wise and pound-foolish move based on the reports or based on what we're seeing right now, based on the decision or the judgment less than 24 hours ago. Now, people, if I was a betting man, and I think I know the DPP like I think I know her, I would say that she had a sleepless night yesterday. and she has a bone to pick with Vybz Kartel and the co-defendants. So therefore, her ego, that is pretty much damaged right now, her reputation, which is pretty much on the line. I think that she's probably going to go for some sorts of retrial. She does not care if Vybz Kartel did 12 years or so since his arrest back in 2011, 12 to 13 years. If she can drag this on and go through the next process or a next round for a next 12 years, that would have been 24 to 25 years that he would have done, even if it came out favorable to him. If the case drags on for the next 12 and 13 years, which we know in the Jamaican system, appeal, trial, Privy Council again. But we have to also consider the points of contention that the Privy Council did not speak about yesterday. They might also bring that back up if there's some sorts of retrial, or at least the lawyers for these 4 defendants will always bring this back up. Is Paula Llewellyn and the DPP's office satisfied with 12 to 13 years so far when they wanted 35? Or do they allow the street, as most people or some so-called expert think that Vybz Kartel is probably safer in the big yard? Is she going to go for justice herself, or is she going to allow the streets to take care of it for him to FUCK up, as some people think that he will? People like me say, all of what we hear is stories. Don't know, cannot validate, cannot verify, cannot trust the source of some of the stories that I've heard. So therefore, they have to deal with what they know. Sure, them have him locked up. If them feel like them have a good chance to go back for some sorts of retrial, that is exactly what they are going to do. They are not going to listen to any sorts of Anansi story out there, Brother Tukuman's story. Them are going for where them know. They are going for surety, even though it is not going to be sure that they will win. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.